Welcome to episode 3 of the Folding Towels podcast with Jackie and David. In this episode, we may or may not get off topic a little as we talk about the worst business advice we've ever received. So grab a herbal tea, sit back and relax those hands while we talk about the things that bore you so that you can get on with what you love and train to do. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Folding Towels podcast.
I'm Jackie Karen.
And I'm David Clayton.
Oh, this is going to be messy.
I feel like there's just so much bad advice out there.
There is. What is the absolute worst advice you've ever received, David?
Let's jump straight in. I was at massage college and one of my teachers said to me, "Don't quit your day job because you can't make massage a full-time career."
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it's like a red flag to a bull. I've set out to make him wrong, I think.
Yes. You have to prove him wrong.
Yes. It's the motivation for everything, isn't it?
Spite. I love it.
Yeah.
Favorite motivation.
I think it's probably best for our bodies that we don't try to make a typical working week out of massage in the equivalent of 40 hours hands-on per week. That's probably not a great idea, but certainly it's a job that to keep us plenty busy. How about you?
So I often feel like I do way more computer work than actual hands-on work with the clients because being self-employed, you do a lot of the jobs yourself. And, there's a whole bunch of paperwork that we have to do. So it definitely, you definitely can't make a 40-hour work week, 8-hour days. And I remember the same, one of my lecturers saying, a similar thing and how she worked 8-hour days, clients back to back for years. And all I could think of was how exhausting.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
That's one of those industry things, particularly when you work for somebody else, is that productivity.
Yes.
And so to have wages, you need to earn money, and there's all the overheads and blah, blah, blah. But we often end up in that stuck back-to-back mentality. I did a business planning course last year. I remember talking to you about it. And the final part of this course is you present your business plan to people who don't know you, and they ask you questions. And they asked me, how many hours of massage do you do in a week? 25 hours to 28 hours hands-on. They're like, you only work 28 hours a week. It's like, no, you asked me
not what they
how
asked.
much massage do I do in a week? It's 25 to 28 hours. And then there's time in between. Cleaning the table, writing up treatment notes, doing the bookkeeping, returning phone calls, all the things which are associated with running a business, which don't necessarily make you money, which are common to many businesses, including your own.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
have to do those things, do you?
Yeah, there's all those tax legalities that you have to comply with, and so many different aspects of your business is just keeping the money going in and out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we dedicate so much of our lives to compliance.
Yes.
Not a bad thing. It's just not what I signed up for.
It's what we don't really get told about properly in the beginning.
It's like that whole running your business thing is, I'm self-employed, and then suddenly you get asked out for lunch. I can't make it for lunch. Why not? I thought you're self-employed.
Have you had any other really terrible business advice, David? What else have you got for us?
No one's looking for gentle massage. You can't make a business out of that.
You're talking about the old no pain, no gain comments that we always get.
Is so old, it needs to die. But sometimes our clients do have that mentality, and certainly our industry has that mentality. I was in a hands-on training course, and I was asked by another therapist, what style of massage do you practice? And I went on to talk about myofascial release and how little pressure is required to trigger change in the body. And she's like, how is that remedial massage? I'm like, how is it not remedial massage? Remedial massage is the systematic assessment of muscles, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue to exact a change on the body. And to see her eyes glaze over, it's like, but it doesn't hurt. Like, congratulations. We're on the same page now.
Yes, it is
Uh,
astounding the amount of people still that will say to me, "Oh, you can use more pressure, you can go deeper." And
mm,
usually I mean, I'm quite short anyway, but I'm fairly short myself.
yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't think you understand. You're twice the size of me and you want me to what?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a really common
No, it doesn't
thing
work.
in student clinic. All these years ago, people would come in for a cheap rub with someone who may have only just completed their very first hands-on course, and they're asking them to go
Hmm.
deeper and deeper. And
Mm,
these therapists or student therapists who had no confidence are trying to please them because that's what you're trying to kind
mm,
of do is please your
yes.
person. They just end up injured. Yeah, very sad thing for our industry.
Yeah.
Don't know about you, but I
It
work
is
with a lot of
very
people who are sensitive as well and just can't tolerate firm pressure. Like how often do you get that statement from people to say, I've got a really high pain threshold, and then you pretty much
mm,
brush them and like, oh that's too hard.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. You get it a lot. Any other terrible business advice, David? Anything else?
Don't waste your time on websites and social media because word of mouth is the only marketing that really works.
Yeah, this one is terrible in a lot of ways. It's very annoying to be told that sort of thing when, especially when you're new at
Mm.
coming into a lot of the times being self-employed and trying to figure out how to get clients and what to do with your business.
Being found for the first time, word of mouth does happen eventually, and is a great sign of a mature business that people talk about you. It's not until you've got a good, healthy, established base of clients that are stark raving fans of your business that word of mouth starts to work.
Yeah, when you're starting out, you can't rely on that. Three people might think you're fantastic, but they might not talk to anyone. Like they might love you, but
Mm.
three people is not enough.
Yeah. How do you go about
Yeah.
finding a new business these days? And not in terms of finding your own new clients, but if you were to look for something, whether it be a restaurant or accommodation or a new product, where do you go to find that information?
Well, I assume that I go the same place that everyone else does, which is Google.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Google search.
And how often do
I know there's people.
recommendations pop up in,
Yeah,
say,
I know.
Facebook groups?
I know there's lots of people that don't do that. I don't know how
Yeah,
they find anything, but I go to Google for just about everything.
yeah, same. Just not
So,
health advice.
well, maybe sometimes.
Often.
So, as practitioners, we definitely need a listing on Google, somehow a website, something, because if we're not on the internet, nobody's going to find us, basically.
So, hot tip if you were starting out, get yourself a website and talk about the things that you do. And I'll give you an example. I had this person come in to see me last year. He traveled like 45 minutes. So, why have you come to see me? He said, oh, you've got some qualifications which seem to be really rare. What's that? You do trigger point therapy. And on the inside, I'm going, trigger point therapy is really the foundation of what we're all taught at college. So
Yeah.
I typed into Google massage therapists who do trigger point therapy, and you were the first person to come up.
Wow.
And if you go to massage therapist websites, or if they even have a website, they often don't talk about the skills that they have and what they actually do. And one of the big things for me is myofascial release. And there are a good number of people. It's probably the most hit page on my professional website is myofascial release. People are looking for that as a modality,
Mm.
specifically looking for the modality because it's been recommended to them by somebody else, and they're finding me because of that.
Wow. That is
Mm.
excellent advice and a wonderful example of we need to tell people what we do.
Yeah, we talked about in the last episode about finding your niche, and
Mm.
part of that is to make the avatar of your ideal client. And some people were searching for results. It's like massage therapist can help with headaches, massage therapist who works in pregnancy. Some are just looking for massage near me. Hey, guess what? You need to be on Google to appear in those searches. And some
Yes.
people are looking for you by qualification and specific technique. And that could be something less common. They could be searching for something like Lomi Lomi massage or something along those lines. And if you do that, you need to say that you do it so that you can be found and people ask you about it.
Absolutely. That is excellent advice.
So
Very
poo
true.
to the bad advice that you don't need a website, you don't need social media, and no one will find you on Google anyway because it's
No,
wrong.
no, so wrong, so wrong. I do think
Uh,
you can probably get away without a lot of social media, but I
mm,
think at least a very basic website and the results on Google, you need something that shows up on Google. Yeah.
yeah,
And like you
yeah,
said, you need to hit the buttons that your clients are looking for, whatever that
hmm
is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I have to say I've moved away from social media a lot, as you know how much I love that. And really, I'm on Facebook for the babies, the dogs, and for Marketplace.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. You do have a very love-hate relationship with socials,
Yes, I
as
didn't
in
want
you love to hate social media.
this is correct.
Yes.
Yeah. What's
Yeah, I
some
think
bad
I think a lot of
advice?
people feel the same.
Yeah. And what's some bad advice which has been dished out to you?
Well, the probably the worst advice I was ever given um, in regards to my business was basically to work for free, which I
Mm,
was not impressed with at all. And so this was given to me by another business owner who worked in a completely different business. So they didn't know massage at all, owned a couple of small businesses that they were very hands-on in. And they were like, you have to do anything to get people in the door, charge them $10, give them a free session, do a free 20-minute session just to get them in the door, do
yeah.
anything. I was not happy with that advice whatsoever.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as being told to do Groupon.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
That
really hated one as well, isn't it?
you can go to
Just,
Groupon and
yeah.
find so many places offering massage for $29. And my experience of Groupon people, I haven't done Groupon for my own business, but I've certainly been to places where they've run a Groupon special for, say, a meal, and no one talks about how good the meal is. They talk about how cheap they got it.
Yes, exactly. And then you have the difficulty of, well, once they've experienced the massage with you for, 10 or 20 or $30, whatever the
Mm,
discount was, are they going to stay? Are they ever going to come back? And for the
yeah,
most part, the answer is no, because like you
correct.
said, they only care that they got it cheap. They don't want to come back and then pay 60 or 70 or $80 the next time.
Mm, mm, mm.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's it. I am still 5 or 6 years later after I was told that, I'm still like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Do this thing will be great exposure for you, followed by here is me trying to feed
Ah,
my family on all that free exposure.
yes, this gets
Yeah.
talked about a lot now on social media, and it is a really good thing because, especially um, for the client, they're not getting an actual thing from us. Like it's not something they can take home. They haven't purchased a pair of shoes or a t-shirt. So it feels like we can just people think we can just do it and
Mm,
it's not costing us anything, but it is still costing us a lot of time. It's costing us a lot of energy. And a lot of the times we're still using some towels, we're still using some oils. So then we have to go home and clean that, or replace the amount of oils that we've used. So it's still costing us something. And
absolutely.
then yeah, you get told, oh, just, go and do this market and don't charge anything and it'll be so great for your business. And whilst in some instances that might be great, it might actually be a good thing. We cannot work for free. And it
Mm,
sets up the expectation for the client that they don't have to pay, that we're not valuable, that our time is not valuable, which I hate because
absolutely.
my time is the most valuable resource that I have.
Yes, it's your saleable asset.
Yes.
Mm. Have you done
Exactly.
markets in the past?
I have,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What's
Yeah.
been your experience of going to a market?
Um, Overall, I'm the kind of person that I enjoy going to those sorts of events and I enjoy being there. I like talking to people. I like being around people for the most part. But for my business, absolutely not.
Mm.
I went to so in the beginning I used to do markets because again, great exposure. I was given that bad advice and I didn't know what else to do in the beginning to get clients in some ways. And then I think the last one I did was about 5 years ago, and I pretty much made a loss of about $200
Yeah.
because it cost me a couple of $100 to do the market. And I just was like, that's it, that's the last one. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
yeah, so I do like markets, and they can be fantastic for some businesses, but it's a tricky thing, I think, for massage.
Yeah, I did a couple of markets in the early days. Some of them certainly weren't worth going to because no one came to those markets. It
Yeah.
could have been location or the fact it was a stinking hot day. And I found that some of those markets just had the same people turning up any all the time anyway, in terms of the
Yes.
store holders. So there's no diversity. There was this one market that I went to. It was the most expensive one that I've paid to be in. It was in a great location on a fantastic day, and I was hated by the other store holders. I was the only one making money that day.
Oh,
Other than the food vendors, they were doing really well. There are all these like
food always
knickknacks,
does great. Yeah, they
all these
always do
knickknacks for
great.
sale, where people would come by and they'd poke and prod and sniff and then move on. Like, ooh,
Hmm.
massage. I think I'll have some of that. And
Yeah.
granted, this was nearly 10 years ago, and it was the dollar a minute massage. Uh, and to get your 15 minutes for $15, you had to leave your contact details. So it was a list building exercise for me.
Hmm.
And I walked away with probably $400 clear on that day. So after I've paid all my expenses, walked away with about $400. That was fantastic. And I had because I ran a competition at the same time. So you've got to leave your details, win a basket of goodies, including 2 free massages. So added 100 people to my list. And in terms of a strike rate from that market, maybe 2 or 3 people came on to become regular clients. But lifetime value of those people is fantastic.
Mm.
So that's gone on to yield thousands of dollars of business for me.
Mm.
So it can
That's an
work.
awesome result.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It can work, but you've got to go in with the right intention and be smart about how you follow things up.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of the time, we are not taught those skills. We don't have those skills going into the market, and it can be a very steep learning curve for some
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
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 What else have you been told which it just super sucks as part of your massage career?
Oh, this one might be a little controversial, but it's that you can do cash jobs and then not report your income, not
Mm,
count that as income anywhere, which obviously we do not encourage whatsoever because the tax office might be listening to this. But it
yeah,
actually sucks. I think it sucks. It's not
yeah,
something that we should do because lots of people like to pay cash.
yes,
It is a thing. It's still, Australian dollars, legal tender.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, it's a very Australian thing. It was like cheap of cash. Oh, there's no GST. You
Mm,
can engage a tradesperson, and they'll give you a
yes.
cash price. So this job might cost $2,500 or whatever. Yeah, if you pay
Yeah.
cash, or it's 3 grand if you pay more, if you pay by
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
Yes. It does feel part of the Aussie way, doesn't it?
yeah, it's just totally
Yeah.
illegal.
It
And
is.
as my accountant keeps telling me, it's okay to pay tax, just not any more than you should.
Yeah. Well, I think that almost leads into an entire conversation about having a good accountant,
Yes.
which we will get to, just not today, because that's a
Yeah.
whole topic. But yeah, I think we need to value everything we do. And if someone chooses to pay us cash, first off, we should be keeping all the legal documents that we need to on our clients. You know, as allied health enthusiasts. And having those cash jobs doesn't negate our worth. We have to add that money into our income for the year because we fucking earned that.
Correct. We're going to slap a little E on this episode, I think.
Sorry.
It is real money.
It is. It is. I often say, because clients will say, "Oh, do you have EFTPOS? You know, how can I pay you?" And I'll say, so long as it is Australian legal tender, you can pay me however you want. If you want to pay cash, that's great. I have Pay ID set up for my business, so you can pay me very easily with just my phone number. Or I've got an EFTPOS machine. So, you know, and I've always been of the opinion that you should make it as easy as possible for your clients to pay you.
Yes, remove that friction.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of receiving cash just because I have to take it to the bank and banks are freaking painful. So I'll hoard money until it builds up. Although lately I have been using the post office where I can deposit money for free, which thank you, Australia Post, for providing that service because my bank charges me $1 for an over-the-counter transaction. And then they'll tell me, you could just use the machine out the front. Yes, the one which isn't working. Anyway, yay Australia Post for providing that service. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just time out of the day to go to the bank and deposit money.
It is. And people might not want to get cash, which is totally fine. But I think the opposite of the bad advice, which is add your cash to your income, is make it easy for your clients to pay you.
Absolutely.
However that means to you, whatever it looks like, set up the Pay ID, you know, set up a Square reader, get an EFTPOS machine, give your clients your bank details, whatever it looks like.
It's so common in the massage support groups of people saying that they only accept cash or they only accept direct deposit because they don't want to pay that 1.2% or 1.9% fee that's charged for credit card. It's just a cost of doing business. It
is. I'll tell you a little story. I can't remember when this was, but it was a few years ago. We were out somewhere, myself and my husband, and it might have been at a market or something like that. And he is a big coffee drinker, loves his coffee. And so he saw a coffee van there and went over to get a coffee. And the guy was only accepting cash. And so my husband walked away because we often don't have any cash on us. We don't go to the bank to get cash out to use most of the time, unless it's for something specific. And he just couldn't understand how the guy didn't have an EFTPOS machine or a Square reader. You know, there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can quite cheaply accept a card as payment. And he came back and said, the guy doesn't have an EFTPOS machine. And we just didn't have any cash on us because we pay by card for everything.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, he's like, he's lost so much business today because of this.
Wow, let me tell you, I was at Bunnings one day and the kids will often ask for a sausage at Bunnings, and most of those not-for-profits who are running the barbecue only take cash. And they overheard me at this time say, sorry kids, I don't carry cash. And I hear this voice, I've got a Square reader. It's like, oh, I'm going to have a sausage today.
Yes. Please, people, make it easy for your customers to pay you.
That's right. If you want money, let them give you money.
Yes. Yes. Tell them how they can pay you. I have an EFTPOS. I have a Square reader. Bring your card. No cash required.
Yes.
Or like I said, set up the Pay ID. It's so easy to set up and so convenient.
I think we've got time for one more. What's the last piece of bad advice you've ever been given?
I didn't write anything else down.
Okie dokie. Well, why don't we wrap this episode up? It's been fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
bit of a
has.
rant. Love a good soapbox.
Have a few complaints, but hopefully people have got some good advice out of today's episode too.
Yeah, I think we've chucked a few things out there. Look, if
We
you like
have.
what we're putting out as part of this podcast and you want to hear more, then why not subscribe to the podcast or your favorite service and leave us a review? Maybe even share it with one of your massage buddies. Thanks, Jackie. It's been fun.
Thanks, David. It's been a pleasure as usual.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.